Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with CandiWare, and today we'll be making a Bulbasaur charm. Hi everyone! So welcome back, or welcome if you're new, and today I will be making a cute little Bulbasaur charm, like I said, and Bulbasaur is actually one of my brother's favorite Pokemon, and I want to get better at making little crafty little character things, whereas I'm more of a food crafter, so I'm hoping that this is the start of some fun things I'll be working on. I really love the way I ended up doing the face. Now this guy took me probably about half an hour, like most of my pieces do, and this is a collab with Cute Crafts, and you can check out her video here. So we thought it would be fun to make a charm video, and this is also something that I was asked to make in my live chat if you didn't watch or know that. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, and let's get started. So like always, here are the tools you'll need for this DIY. So these are the colors that I ended up making. So that green and blue there is what I made for the bigger Bulbasaur piece, and then those other two colors is what I made for the little speckles that he will have on his body. So from there you're just going to make sure that there isn't any creases or anything like that. So you're going to just smooth out the clay and get your general shape to make sure that you have enough pieces for its body. And then I also took out a couple smaller pieces for the legs and head. So from there you're going to just make the general body shape. So I did a box. And then from there I'm going to be working on the head. So I was trying to figure out a couple different ways of making the ears attach, and one of the ways I was thinking was pinching up the sides, and this is definitely something you can do, but I ended up not really liking the look of that, so I will eventually be changing that. So now I'm just rolling out a couple little balls for its feet. And definitely test it up against the body so you can determine if you need to make it smaller or not. And then you can place them on. I'm going to actually suggest holding off on this step, because if your clay is a little bit soft like it is here because it's so hot, then it might be a little bit harder to work with, so or too easy to work with, I should say. So you might want to just leave it off until you put the head on. So I got the general shape for the head without the ears, and then I ended up putting on or making two triangles, and I'm going to be placing those on for its ears. So then you're just going to place them on where you think they should go. And then I'm just using a detailing tool to just cover up the creases. So I'm just going to be using some rubbing alcohol here just to make sure that there's no little pieces of fluff, and it is also a really good way of helping get rid of little marks and indentations on your clay. Then you can place the head on the body, and then use the rubbing alcohol to take off any other little bits on the body if you see anything. So now I'm working with the little bulb that's on its back. So we're going to be taking some green clay and forming it into a ball, and then you just want to pinch up the one part of the clay to make it more of an oval shape or teardrop shape. And then I added a head pin because this is going to be a charm. And as you can tell, my clay is super easy to work with right now because it's so warm. So then I'm using another detailing tool, and I'm just going to be adding in some creases to make it look a little bit more like a bulb. Now I'm just pinching out the very tips, and then you can place that on the back. This is where I took off the feet and placed them on again later on because it was just becoming too soft on the character. So now we're going to be making the little speckles that are on our characters. So I'm just using a little bit of baby powder on a piece of the blue that we made, and you're just going to flatten that out on your surface and take an Exacto knife, and then we're going to be cutting out the shapes that you see on top of Bulbasaur's head and on its sides. So they're kind of like triangle, round-ish shapes, so just take a good picture or look up a good picture of what Bulbasaur looks like, and you can just kind of mimic the shapes. So that is what I did. And now you're just going to pull up the excess clay, and then you're going to be using your Exacto knife or your cutter, and then you're going to just pull up the little cutouts that we made and then place them on its body. So I started with its head, and then we're going to be doing this again, and generally speaking it's pretty much the same shapes, and you're going to be making that for the ones on its sides. And then you can just clean up the speckles a little bit. And now we're going to be using a dotting tool, and we're going to, well, one, you can shape again the dots, and then we're going to be making 2 indents for the eyes, and I wanted to spread them super far apart because I thought that would make it look super cute. And now I've got some red clay, and we're going to be adding that into the little holes we made. Now we're going to be rolling out a super thin, long snake for its mouth, and I'm doing this in black, so you want it as thin as you possibly can make it. And then you're just going to cut a little piece off and place that on the mouth, and I wanted to try and get it as close to in between the eyes as possible. So you're going to turn up the ends to make your character look like they're smiling. And I had a little bit of excess, so you're just going to cut that away. And now I'm going to be placing the feet back, and then it's time to bake according to your clay's instructions. Once you're done baking, this is definitely an optional step, I'm going to be glossing my character. After it's dry, then you can make it into a charm, so I am using round head and flathead pliers, and I take my round head and then take my flathead and wrap it around the round head, and then from there you want to take out your round head and then hold the loop that you just created, and then using the flat head you want to wrap around the rest of the wire around the base of the wire. And then once you're happy with how long it is, then you can just cut off the excess with some pliers or with nail clippers, and then you can just finish it off, making sure that there's no wire sticking out. And then I'm taking a little loop, placing the charm on there, and then adding a lobster clasp so that it can be a charm. And there you have it, your very own Bulbasaur charm. So tell me, what's your favorite Pokemon? Don't forget to check out Cute Crafts video, and don't forget this is last week's video and next week's video. And I also have a cupcake kit, and also don't forget to check out my Etsy. I hope to see you guys again next week. See you again. Bye!